We all have a friend like this. The overachiever. The emotional support one. The I'll be there in 5 liar. Now picture them, but as dogs. Meet the canine versions of your squad. Let's find out which one you'd be, who in your group's about to get called out, and who's brave enough to admit it. 10. Golden Retriever, the ray of sunshine. This is the friend who could find joy in a parking lot. They walk into every room like a human glitter bomb, grinning, hugging, saying, "You've got this," to people they've known for 5 minutes. You love them, but you also know, you can't take them anywhere. Barely 5 minutes in at the cafe, they've complimented 3 strangers, spilled their drink twice, and somehow joined a birthday party that isn't theirs. They laugh too loud, hug too much, and accidentally make friends with the waiter. You can't stay mad though, because when they grin and say, "Wasn't that fun?" Yeah, it kind of was. Honestly, you need them, even if it's exhausting how happy they are before coffee. 9. Border Collie, the overachiever. Then there's that friend, the one who wakes up ready to win the day. The one who texts, "Morning jog," at 6 a.m., drags you out of bed, makes you shuffle half asleep through the park, and then says, "Great run, right?" while you're doubled over, gasping for air. They've already done laundry, hit their goals, and color-coded their week, all before you found your left sock. Sure, you love them, but sometimes, you mute their chat just to protect your peace. If your friend's face already popped into your head, go ahead and subscribe. We're exposing everyone today. 8. Beagle, the "I'll be there in 5" friend. This is the friend who swears they're leaving in 5 minutes. Except 5 minutes stretches into 20. An hour. Or somehow, the rest of the evening. You text, "Where are you?" They reply, "On my way," while they're still making a sandwich. You call, "Seriously now?" They answer, "Almost there," while picking out the perfect socks. When they finally arrive, they roll in like nothing happened, a little frazzled, a little dramatic. Snacks in hand, stories ready, and the vibe is instantly better. They're the friend who can't leave the house without checking 3 times if they forgot something. They'll say, "I'm just around the corner," and then start a mini debate about which movie to watch once they get there. But they always show up for the moment that matters, even if you nearly gave up on them 5 texts ago. You're annoyed, laughing, and relieved all at once. Because as much as you complain, your night would not be the same without them. 7. Bloodhound, the friend who brings receipts. I wonder what happened to them. Oh, they moved to Australia. Started yoga. New cat. You didn't even finish the question. They're the first to notice when someone's acting weird. They'll nudge you and whisper, "Something's up." And every single time, they're right. This is the friend who knows everything before you've even finished the sentence. You say, "It's nothing," and they give you that look. Next thing you know, they've already figured out why you're smiling. They've scrolled, cross-referenced, and built a full timeline, while you're still saying, "You didn't hear this from me." You can't lie to them. You can barely breathe near them without them knowing something's up. 6. Labrador Retriever, the loyal one. This friend's got a 6th sense for when you're not okay. Shows up with pizza, advice, 0 judgment, and probably a blanket you forgot you owned. They'll sit with you in silence or cry along with you. Anything you need. They're the friend who makes sure everyone gets home safe, and still texts. Made it? An hour later. They're loyal to a fault, and yeah, sometimes you take them for granted. Don't. They're the glue of the group. 5. Chihuahua, the pocket-sized bodyguard. They're 5 feet of attitude and 0 chill. This friend hears one bad word about you and is already halfway out the door like, "Who said that, and where are they?" They'll defend you like your family. They've got 0 chill, all heart, and absolutely no business being this brave. They'll snatch your phone mid-argument, start fighting your battles, and still need you to open their water bottle. You laugh, you cringe, you hide, but deep down, you know, you feel a little safer when they're around. Small? Maybe. Scary? Absolutely. We're only halfway through, and the group chat's already on fire. The Chihuahua's yelling in all caps, the Golden Retriever's trying to calm everyone down with heart emojis and positivity, the Beagle's been typing for 20 minutes, stopped to sniff something, forgot what it was, and somehow ended up in the fridge, and the Bloodhound's quietly gathering screenshots, just in case. Of course, there's always the half of the group who keeps it together, cool, collected, and just slightly superior. They're sipping sparkling water, nodding politely, and judging just enough to keep things interesting. If you're guessing the friend already, yes, you know who it is. 4. Poodle, the classy friend. This is the friend who shows up overdressed for everything, even movie night. They've got standards, real ones. Their coffee order sounds like a dissertation, their phone case matches their outfit, and their to-do list has calligraphy. They sip sparkling water like it's champagne and somehow correct your grammar mid-gossip, politely. They're calm under pressure, graceful under chaos, and allergic to bad lighting. But when you're falling apart, they're right there, lip gloss perfect, advice sharper than their eyeliner. You roll your eyes, but honestly, you wish you had half their composure. 3. Shiba Inu, the independent friend. They love you, they just have boundaries. You invite them out, no reply. 3 days later. LOL, maybe. When they finally show up, they're affectionate, in a one-hug limit kind of way. They vanish for weeks, then text, missed you, like nothing happened. You can't even be mad, because when they do appear, it's because they genuinely want to see you. They're mysterious, slightly aloof, and somehow still the friend everyone wants approval from. 2. Chinese Sharpay, the no-nonsense friend. They don't do drama. They don't do games. They don't waste words, time, or energy. They're all about solutions, not sympathy. They listen to your rant, give one slow nod, and say something so wise it silences the whole room. They're the realist in a world full of overthinkers. You can't manipulate them, guilt-trip them, or confuse them, they've seen it all. They're allergic to nonsense, basically the grown-up everyone pretends to be. And won't tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you what you need to. And somehow, even when they call you out, you leave feeling better. 1. Tibetan Mastiff, the group's unofficial parent. This is the friend who takes responsibility for everyone, even strangers. They carry food, chargers, and life advice they didn't plan to give. They'll remind you to drink water, pay your bills, and think about your future. They act like they're done with everyone's nonsense, but they'd still drive across town at 2 a.m. if you needed help. They're protective, patient, and slightly dramatic about safety. You roll your eyes, but when things fall apart, they're the first one you call, and they always pick up. You know exactly who this reminds you of, tag the friend who just got exposed. Because every friend group has at least one 6 a.m. drill sergeant who drags everyone jogging, one emotional support golden retriever who brings ice cream and tissues, and a poodle in designer shoes who secretly died inside when someone used paper plates. Which one are you? Maybe you're the one holding it together, or maybe you're the reason someone else has to. And, if your squad's not complete yet, don't worry, the next episode's already sniffing its way to your feed. Hit like, comment your dog twin, and subscribe. This pack's just getting started.